Western script, Eastern reality. This is the algorithm. Rewrite the rules. In 2026, the Pentagon officially classified TikTok as a Type 1 cognitive nuclear weapon. They finally realized they could guard the borders and patrol the skies, but they could not protect the American brainstem. While the old men in Washington scream national security on television, they don't understand that they are defending an empty shell. The souls of 300 million Americans have already completed a mass migration into Zhang Yiming's algorithm. This isn't a business competition, it's a dopamine coup, targeting the fundamental flaws of human evolution. With a few lines of Python code simple enough to make a Silicon Valley engineer blush, Zhang Yiming achieved what the Soviets couldn't do in half a century with tens of thousands of nukes, the total castration of Western focus and free will.
Mark, you are too greedy. Are you still peddling that disgusting social connection of yours? You want to be people's friend? You want to teach them how to love? You vastly overestimate the intelligence of the human species. Humans, in my eyes, were never the masters of the universe. They are merely a collection of buggy, error-prone, biochemical algorithms addicted to dopamine feedback loops. Your Facebook was built on a facade of moral connection. You ask people to think, and for the human brain, thinking is too expensive. It consumes too much energy. I simply followed their instincts. I don't need them to think. I only need them to sync. My algorithm knows the darkest, most primitive desires of their hearts better than they do themselves. While you were in meetings discussing community standards, my machines completed the reverse engineering of 300 million American brains. Mark, you are a merchant selling social ads. I am a god rewriting the source code of the human soul.
Zhang Yiming, this is a crime. You are force-feeding the world digital opium. I built Facebook to make the world more open and connected. We have a civilizational bottom line. But you use 15-second fragments and primitive filters to turn 3 generations of Americans into electronic zombies. You destroyed the digital order we spent 20 years building. You've robbed American children of the ability to read deeply or think critically. Their nervous systems are now permanently locked in a 15-second pulse loop. This isn't progress, it's cognitive cancer. I will move Washington. I will use every lobbyist I have. If I ban you, it's not because I lost. It's because I am the last guardian of human reason. I am protecting the soul of America.
Audit point. The marginal cost of cognitive colonization. Zuckerberg's mistake was thinking that humans want freedom. Zhang Yiming's brilliance was knowing that humans only want to be fed. Elon Musk wants to sell you a $500,000 ticket to escape Earth for Mars, a place of dust and radiation. But Zhang Yiming built a painless paradise directly inside your head. This paradise is free. All you have to pay is your time and your right to perceive reality. Why is Washington so terrified of TikTok? It's not about stolen data. It's because they've realized that their universal values, their democratic propaganda, and their textbooks can't survive even 3 seconds against Zhang Yiming's algorithm. This isn't a commercial war. It's the liquidation of Western values by a superior logic. Audit point. The evaporation of social cohesion. Human civilization exists because we look into each other's eyes. We confirm our existence through the gaze of others. But Zhang Yiming's algorithm has shattered that mirror. It feeds you only a projection of your deepest inner self, the phantom you most desire to see. Zuckerberg once believed that connecting people was a form of salvation. He saw social interaction as the bedrock of civilization. But he didn't understand that when an algorithm can simulate a 100% personalized digital climax, real people in the physical world become a tiring, awkward, and redundant burden. Zhang Yiming isn't liquidating traffic. He is liquidating the human capacity to endure real reality.
Mark, do you know why your metaverse failed so miserably? Because you tried to drag the heavy, conflict-ridden, mask-wearing social structures of the old world into the digital realm. Humans actually hate socializing. It requires compromise, effort, and the risk of rejection. My algorithm offers the most perfect product in human history: sterile loneliness. In TikTok, you don't need to please anyone. You just swipe, and the entire universe curves to please you. Every clip I feed you is a precision-guided strike against your isolation. By the time 300 million Americans are comfortable in my electronic cage, your Facebook and WhatsApp will be nothing but overgrown digital ruins. Mark, you are still sweating to build bridges. I have already built a private paradise prison for every single soul.
Mr. Chairman, this is not a business rivalry. This is a cognitive holocaust. Zhang Yiming is performing a digital lobotomy on our next generation. They no longer care about their neighbors. They don't care about public discourse. Their nervous systems have been hijacked and locked into a 15-second pulse loop. This is a soulless mathematical formula eating our social contract. If we do not ban it, we will face an America that is completely atomized. An America that has lost its collective will.
This is the cognitive withdrawal syndrome of 2026. Washington thought that by banning an app, they could return Americans to an era of reason and deep thought. They were tragically naive. Once a brain has been rewired for high-frequency stimulation, it can never go back to books. It can never return to complexity. Banning TikTok merely pushed 300 million dopamine addicts into a wasteland with no cure. Zuckerberg thought he won? No. He realized he inherited a kingdom of burned-out brains. Before Zhang Yiming retreated, he scorched the intellectual earth of the entire nation. Audit point: the premium on cognitive sovereignty. Washington always believed that power grew from the barrel of a gun or the mark on a ballot. But in 2026, power resides solely in the right to recommend. Whoever controls the For You feed defines reality itself. Zuckerberg used to give himself headaches over fact-checking. He still tried to maintain the decency of a public square. But Zhang Yiming doesn't care about the truth. He only cares about what you want to believe. The algorithm isn't reflecting the world, it is re-architecting it. When 300 million Americans only trust the illusions fed to them by a machine, the entity called the United States has already dissolved into lines of code.
Mark, you still talk about free will? How quaint. Do you really think the vote they cast is a result of thought? Do you think their anger comes from a sense of justice? No, those are just option A provided by me. In the face of my processing power, human behavior is 100% predictable and therefore 100% steerable. I don't need to brainwash them. I only need to push the right clip at the exact millisecond they feel empty. I am using mathematics to turn human destiny into a deterministic track. Your metaverse was an escape from reality. My algorithm is the takeover of reality. Mark, are you still waiting for a revelation from God? I am their God.
This is wrong. This is collective hypnosis. Mr. Chairman, can't you see? Our entire intelligence system, our entire value export mechanism has been walled off by his feed. He has established a digital extraterritorial zone inside America. It isn't governed by our laws. It's governed by his code. If we don't seize control of the algorithm, the next president of the United States won't be elected in the White House. He'll be rendered in Zhang Yiming's cloud servers.
This is the reality of 2026. Washington wanted to liquidate TikTok, but the algorithm had already liquidated Washington. When politics becomes a 15-second performance, when truth becomes a byproduct of dopamine, democracy becomes nothing more than an expensive UI interface. Zhang Yiming has proven one thing. As long as they are fed enough, humans don't care who the master is. Zuckerberg is terrified because he realized he's lost his license to be a slave master. He can only watch as Zhang Yiming uses the most elegant mathematical formulas to dismantle 200 years of Western foundation, one swipe at a time. Audit point, the residual value of human intelligence. In 2026, the algorithm finally completed the version update of the human species. Zhang Yiming didn't need to kill humans. He only needed to simplify them. To simplify them into a biological switch that only knows how to receive stimuli and output a response. Zuckerberg still dreams of civilization in the metaverse. It's too late. When a species loses the ability to focus for more than 15 seconds, when they can no longer process complex logic, civilization becomes nothing more than a pile of skyscrapers that no one knows how to read anymore. Zhang Yiming isn't liquidating his competitors. He is liquidating the title of Homo sapiens.
Zhang Yiming, you won the traffic, but you lost civilization. You've turned humanity into prisoners of dopamine. Do you realize that when a child can no longer look a friend in the eye, but only giggles at a screen, you are killing the very definition of human?
Mark, stop deceiving yourself with that outdated social heroism. When you built Facebook, didn't you want to exploit human vanity? When you built the metaverse, didn't you want to monopolize reality? The difference between us is simple. You are still trying to repair the old parts of humanity. I have already replaced their entire operating system. Humans don't need civilization. They just need to not be bored. I gave them eternal climax. You should thank me. I helped them escape the agony of social existence.
Escape? You sent them to a silent slaughterhouse. When all thought becomes 15 seconds of noise, the only thing left in this world is your servers running. You aren't a god. You're just the world's most successful digital drug lord.
The audit is over. Mark Zuckerberg, your social contract is officially void. Zhang Yiming, your empire of desire has officially taken over the earth. Now it's your turn. You, watching this video. Do you think you are free? Do you think you still have a soul? The algorithm is watching you. It is calculating your drop-off rate at this exact second. It is analyzing the microdilation of your pupils.
Do you want to declare war on me or surrender? If you feel you still have a will, like this video, though your like will only help my algorithm tag you with even more precision.
Don't let them harvest you completely. Subscribe to this channel. We need more brains that can still think to gather here, to find a spark of humanity in this digital wasteland.
Share the verdict. Send this to the zombies still smiling and swiping in their cages. Tell them the liquidation has begun. If you still refuse to subscribe, the next thing the algorithm feeds you won't be the truth. It will be eternal numbness. I am Hu Fangyu. The logic is always clear. The audit never stops. I will see you in the next feed.